Hi, I'm Ems, aka on Dark and Wings. In this video I wanted to show you my Spacemarine Company heroes. If you don't already know, I'm a glutton for punishment, and I've started the Lamenter chapter army. I already have a couple of videos on how I painted and started the army. So this set comes with 5 unique looking character type models. So I picked this one because I definitely think it's the best out of the new releases. Mainly because it's nice to see some unique sculpts and some additional parts to these Space Marines. I think the Primaris have been a little bit boring so far, so it's nice to see more characterization in them, more closely related to the firstborn Space Marines, especially this banner guy. I think he's my favourite. It would be really nice to get some more banners within the Primaris Space Marines. So there are 5 models in this set. They work at roughly £40, or if you get them from a third-party retailer, about £32. I personally think that's pretty good value for money at the moment with Games Workshop prices, especially since these are more like character models, and character models are usually like £20 each these days. You could easily convert one of these to like a proper HQ, or use some of the parts from the kit in some really cool kit bashes. I was a tad disappointed at the fact there isn't much customization in this kit. Pretty much what you see is what you get on the box. It's a slightly different hand pose for one of them and a couple different heads, but that's about it really. There's not much to customize. Personally, it's not a huge issue for me because I like the poses on the box. I think they're very cool. They're straightforward to put together. I'm not the biggest fan of putting models together, but these were quite easy. I painted the cape separate in some sub-assembly so I could get to all the parts, but other than that, it was straightforward. In conclusion, I think this was a fantastic kit and I really enjoyed painting them up. They kind of remind me of a Kill Team Warband in some ways, and you could easily use it as one. Just feel like it could have been pushed a bit more with the uniqueness of the models, maybe a bit more iconography you could put on them and a bit more of characterization. But there's obviously nothing stopping you from kit bashing these a little bit more. For an added bonus to this video, I wanted to show you again how I make checkered patterns, and I've improved this recipe. So you want to block out the area with your brightest colour in the checks first of all. This can be on your shoulder pad, it can be on the little knee pad or anywhere else that you want to. If you want to know how I paint the rest of it, so the yellow of the armour, etc., I already have quite a lot of videos out about painting my Lamenter army. After the paint dries, you want to grab a mechanical pencil or a small fine line pen. I carefully sketch out the checkered patterns. You can have a look for some examples online or in some Space Marine codexes. Make sure you brace your hands together and you're balanced on top of a table. I'm fairly neat at this now after practice, but you can use a ruler if you want to. Once you're happy with the placements, you can always rub them out if not, and then you'll want to grab a small brush. So I'm using this Winsor & Newton 00. You want something that's a 00 or 000. And then grab your darkest colour, so for me it's black. In the infamous words of Anakin Skywalker, this is where the fun begins. Make sure you have some examples on your screen or what have you, so you feel a bit more confident about where the patterns are going. But you want to neatly try and replicate where the grid is you've made. This just takes practice. If you make a mistake, just quickly wipe it away with your finger or with a brush with water on it. Alternatively, wait for it to dry and just correct it. You can quickly dry your models by using a hairdryer on a low setting. The same principle applies everywhere, so here you can see some more that I've done, and I'm going to show you how I do it on the shoulder pad. Specifically, if you want to put a symbol in the middle, like I do with my Lamenters, so you have this circle with a heart in the middle. I know you can buy 3D printed versions of these or third-party ones, but I've kind of got used to doing them by myself, and it's really taught me a lot more about precision. So once the circle's put in, I start to do the checker pattern, keeping in mind that that circle's in the centre and we'll be blocking some of it out. You might be thinking to yourself now, oh, I'm just flexing, but it does take a lot of practice. And the thing with this is, and anything in life, you just have to keep practicing until you get better. Nobody's good straight away. And if they are, they're lying. So once I'm satisfied with that, I can always go back over it again. But I start to draw the heart in. Now I'm more confident with this now than I used to be, so I just use it with the paint. But you can draw them on again with the mechanical pencil or fine line pen. To be honest, I probably should use more transfers as well and get more practice in with using them. But as I said at the beginning, I'm definitely a glutton for punishment, so I'm doing it freehand instead. And I think this is coming out pretty nice. One last thing, once your paint all dries, get a rubber and very carefully rub away any lines. If you have used a pen, baby wipes are awesome for wiping away ink. If you wanted to do more complicated freehand, this gives you a good starting point. It's best to use a mechanical pencil or a pen to sketch it out, and it's better to have a plan first of all on a piece of paper of what it's going to look like. So I hope that was helpful to you in some way. As I said at the beginning, I think this is one of the best Primaris kits which has been released. It's nice to see more individuality for the Primaris Marines, like we did with the Firstborn ones. I hope the future kits have a bit more flair to them like these. It definitely adds to the storytelling, or at least have some blister packs with additional parts in. As always, thank you for watching. Remember to enjoy your hobbies for yourself, respect the people enjoy them in their own ways, and at the end of the day, they're just war dollies. I'll see you in the next one.